I've already uploaded a Microsoft project schedule to this particular project for your use, just to make it a little bit easier. And to use that, we can just select Import Schedule and just select Sandbox Schedule from the list. This schedule happens to be from Microsoft Project, but it's going to appear the exact same way, whether it's from Asta, from Phoenix, from Microsoft Project, or even a CSV file from Excel. Basically, it's going to import 4 columns: the ID, the task name, the start date, and the end date. We can see that there aren't any dates selected by default, so basically we're just going to have to work through this entire simulation, or through this entire schedule, and select all the dates we want to create milestones with. This is a tiered list, so much like most other Gantt viewers, we can expand and collapse the individual tasks and subtasks as we see fit. There's often going to be a design phase and or procurement phase up at the top of your schedule. You can just collapse those and get down into the construction phase, which is going to be much more relevant to a 4D simulation. I'm just going to walk through the process I like to create, or the milestones I like to use when creating a simulation. However, it's going to vary dramatically based off what you're trying to display. First thing I'll do is I'm just going to grab a start date and an end date for our construction. That's going to be the start of construction and the end of construction, as the name suggests, and I can grab both of those dates by selecting both check marks. A bit lower down, I'm just going to grab the end date for site mobilization. Typically, I like to use end dates rather than start dates. That's the date that my site fence, my trailers are all going to appear into the viewer. It's harder to show the start of an activity in 3D. Below that, there's tower crane. For this one, I am going to grab a start date and end date. That's going to be my mobilize and my demobilize milestone. I'll then continue to work my way down into our site work. I can actually hold the control key on my keyboard to multi-select tasks. So if I want to grab clear site, retention piling, bulk excavation 1, bulk excavation 3, and detailed excavation, I can then select the end date, and it's just going to create a milestone for all the end dates of those tasks. I'll continue working my way down. In our concrete section, I'm going to grab pour concrete footings, go all the way up to, let's just go to level 3 columns, and then I'm just going to start going up a little bit less granular, just to speed the process up. I'll then grab my level 6 columns. Just make sure I grabbed all the originals. I keep working my way down. I'll grab level 9 columns and pour elevator overrun. For our building envelope, I'm just going to grab level 1, level 2, level 3, and then I'll grab level 6 and the roof as well. Or level 10. Fantastic. Just to highlight this is a 2-step process. So this first stage is going to list all these milestones exactly as they appear in your Gantt chart, so based off the task and subtask structures. However, when we select next, it's going to isolate only the milestones we've pulled out, as well as it's going to reorganize them based off the date or the order they're going to appear in cmBuilder. So we can see now, if I scroll down to the bottom, my envelope and my concrete tasks will be reorganized just based off of the dates rather than the Gantt chart structure. We also have the option to append start and finish to the milestone names with this check mark, and that's just going to show here whether it's a start or a finish date. Typically, I turn that off because I use almost exclusively end dates. It seems a little bit redundant, but you can use that if you wish. I'll then select apply and update, and we can see all of my milestones have been created in cmBuilder. These milestones are linked based off of a unique task ID to the schedule. So in Microsoft Project in this case, or whatever scheduling software you're using, I could reorganize my schedule, I can add tasks, and it's still going to be linked to the correct task, so I can update that going forward. Down the same train of thought, I also can rename the tasks inside cmBuilder, and they're going to be linked to that same task. So rather than having construction phase at the top and bottom, I'm just going to rename this to start of construction. For the tower crane, I'll also just call it tower crane mobilize and demobilize. Awesome. Once we're happy with this updated schedule, we can just select done, and then all of our milestones have been created, and we can navigate between them using the right and left arrows. We also can use the arrow keys on your keyboard, which in my opinion is probably the most useful hotkey in cmBuilder. If you select the control or hold the control key, you can jump between the first and last milestone with the left and right arrow key as well.